Last time I have awakened 3 different planets in Astroneer. That's a lot of progress in the game story, but I see you guys want some more base building. So here I am building an awesome cave base on Desolo. First up, we landed right next to this thing, so let's go ahead and take photo. And there we go, we've got it. That's pretty nice. This is the Apollo lunar module. So we landed right next to it, and this base is gonna be a little bit more hidden than the last one. The last base on Vesania was hidden in plain sight, it was on the surface, but this one is gonna be deep in the caves. So I've got my rover right here, and I've already built this whole ramp. I have flattened a surface in the base so that we can already start building and painting it. So here we are. It's a long way down and we are pretty close to the core. We've got all the platforms that we need for this video here, but then I also want to expand it in a future video. And you can see how close we are to the core. We've got Astroneer right in the base. We can use an auto extractor on that maybe, have an automated farm there. And we've got the pylons from the core right next to us as well. That's gonna add a really cool aesthetic to the base. So this is gonna be our cave base on Desolo. I want to expand it until we reach the walls of the caves, or at least make it seem like that. But I think I've been talking enough. Let's actually get to unpacking these. First of all, we've got 3 platforms here that are facing the entrance, and these are gonna be the main things. We'll place the most important stuff here. I've got so much stuff in here that I can barely find what I need. But here we go, we've got a large printer there. Then we've got a small one and a medium one here. So there we go, we're gonna need some storage in there, but we'll add that in just a moment. This platform right next to it is gonna be for smelting stuff, so I've got 2 smelters. And we also have some portable smelters, but I just wanted these here because they look better. So I'm gonna turn them on by default. And then we can use some medium storages on here. There we go. Then on this other platform we'll get the soil centrifuges. We're gonna use these to get some of the resources that we can use with soil. And we're gonna use the rover to just mine for soil in these caves. That's gonna be pretty easy. Maybe we need another soil canister, but I'm gonna craft that in just a moment. Now let me just get some more medium storages on here. Now I'm just setting up another storage here so that we can use this for the printer platform. There we go. We should have everything we need on there. We'll add lights in just a moment as well. Now let's get on to the other platforms. So we've got 2 here right next to the entrance, and these are gonna be for storage. So if we come from the surface with something and we want to just drop it off at the base, we're gonna stop here right next to the entrance and use these storages right here, and we've got a ton of large storages that we can unpack on there. So let me unpack these. This is really satisfying. Yeah, there we go. Up next we'll have 2 platforms right in the middle here. As I said, the rover will go around them because we're gonna have small roads throughout this whole base, and this can be centered with the platform in front. And this will also be storage, so I'll go ahead and unpack all of them. Next we need the chemistry section and the trading section, but before we do that, let's get some power in the base here. Our power section will be back here. We've got a ton of space, so we can always expand it. We are gonna use tappers, of course. That's the easiest way to get power, especially in the caves here. And I got honeypots from Aatrox because these provide organic the fastest. Now we are gonna need some auto arms and a couple portable smelters. Here we have the auto arms as well, so all we need to do is place them on here, and we're gonna need an organic in the selector slot there, but that should be pretty easy. I just realized I forgot to bring the tappers. I'm pretty sure I can find some aluminum in these caves so that we don't need to head back to our base on Aatrox. I found some aluminum, so I'll just get them smelted and we can craft tappers on here. Here we go, we've got 1 tapper on this one, and then we can craft another for the other platform. So let me just get some medium generators. We've got 4 right here, and I should have 2 more on another side. Yeah, here they are. So we've got 6 generators in total. That should be around 54 units of power per second when they're all active. Okay, so here we have all of them. This is pretty simple. We can turn them all on. And now the generators are gonna use the carbon that we get from the tappers, and we smelt the organic, of course. So they're gonna use that and create infinite power. Basically, we can connect this to the base. I just need some extenders. Everything's connected to the base, so we've got that going. Now I should start unpacking the chemistry section, and that's gonna be over on this side. So we've got a chemistry lab and an atmospheric condenser here. Let's get some storage in as well. And then we've got a ton of gases that we can use. we're gonna get even more. Actually, I don't think Desolo has an atmosphere. I actually completely forgot that Desolo does not have any atmosphere. But whatever, we can still keep it around here, it looks good. So I'm just gonna get a couple more storages on here. I want to make sure everything is fully functional so that we can use it as an actual base. On this other side, we're gonna have our trading center. So let's go ahead and unpack all of these. I got 2 trading platforms and a large shredder. Of course, we might want to use a bigger shredder, but we're gonna do that with a scrap farm. I'm actually thinking of doing that in the next video, so make sure to let me know if you would like to see that. Oh, and I almost forgot to ask you, if you want to help out the channel, please click that like button, it does help me a lot. So here's how our trading section will look like. We've got all of these for scrap, but we don't have any scrap right now. Alright, so I think we've got everything linked now. I also forgot to mention that we are gonna unlock all the gateways on Desolo in this video as well, and we've got the perfect strategy to do that with the rover. You're gonna see in just a second. But let's get this out of here and we can start smelting some of this wolframite that we got. I think we got this from digging all the way here. Oh, and we've got something to shred, so we can get our first scrap in this base. As I said, we will have a big scrap farm, maybe even an automated trade platform, and we definitely need an auto extractor for Astroneer, because as I said, we've got Astroneer right here. Now I want to paint the base. Oh, but let's just unpack some more of these first. Okay, now hold on, because this is gonna be extremely satisfying. And just like that, we've got a ton of storage right here in the middle of the base. I had a ton of fun unlocking all of these. That was extremely good. Now I'll do that for the platforms over there on that side, if we have enough. I don't think we do. We might need to get some more, but I brought more large storages than we actually needed. So let me just throw these in the back here. We are gonna use them for something else in the base. But now let's start painting, and then we can place lights as well in here. For painting, we are gonna use the inhibitor mode, and then we've got 2 different colors here. I want to use one for general in the base, so this is gonna be this purple, and then for the roads where the rover can go, we're gonna use this blue from Glacio. So I should start with the purple. We're gonna paint everything purple, and then we can move over to painting the roads as well. Everything's purple. Now it's time to paint the roads as well, so we're gonna switch the color here, and let's see. So the rover is gonna come in through here, so then the roads will be like a square on this side, and then we can expand them these ways, because that's where we're gonna have the expansion of the base. So I'm just gonna paint this through here, so then it will come up through this side and then in between these platforms. So we're gonna have an extension of the base on this side. We're gonna flatten even more of the surface here, and maybe we'll have the scrap farm over on this side right next to our trading. That seems pretty good. And then on this other side, we can have some other type of automated farm. Maybe, yeah, so here's the Astroneer, so we're gonna have our auto extractor there, of course. And then the rover is also going to come in between these platforms so that we can reach the big tree in the back there. So here we go, we've got it painted pretty well here. I mean, of course, the lines aren't really that exact. I could use the narrow mode, but I really don't want to. Now, before we go unlocking the gateways, let's add some lights in here. And I think I brought some. So you should just have some on each platform. I'm just gonna place them like that. We can have some tall platforms with lights maybe in the future, but for right now, this is good enough. I think we've got enough lights here. Now let's head over to the surface. This is a pretty long way to the surface, but it's worth it because the base is extremely close to the core, so we have access to all sorts of things like Astroneer, for example. And actually in the base there's pretty low gravity, so I think we can call this a low gravity base as well. I've never done one of those, so this seems pretty cool. Now what I'll do is I'll go with the rover with all of these generators, and I'm gonna connect to the gateway chambers. We're gonna provide power for 30 seconds and then they're gonna unlock. We've got a smelter in the back so that we can get even more carbon when we need it for the generators, and it should be pretty easy to find organic. And because Desolo is a moon and not a planet, we only have 2 gateway chambers to unlock. Usually on planets there's 6 of them, so I'll just go ahead and get some more of these. And here we go, we can just connect it in here and we should have it unlocked in no time. I also gathered some more organic. And here we are, we've got it unlocked. You can see all the symbols start appearing. And now if we take a look at the odd stone, we can see the other gateways on the other side of the planet. And then we'll also have to unlock the core, but we'll do that in the next video. Right now, let me just get to the other gateway chamber. So here we have the other gateway as well. In the next video, we're gonna expand the underground base here on Desolo. We're gonna do a ton of cool stuff. If you don't want to miss that, then make sure to save the Aatrox series playlist. It should already be on screen. Or if you want to, you can also check this other video next. Whichever one you choose, I'll see you there. Cheers, Astroneers!